And good morning. Welcome to Focus on Stafford County on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. It's a once-a-month visit with Ryan Russell, who is Stafford County Economic Development Director. We've got a lot of things to jump into today. A lot of good news going on down south. And let me see which one you're on. There we go. All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, a lot of things going on,
Yep.
and in fact, some good news regarding a HEAL grant.
Yes, yeah.
HEAL, and this is going to finish Gray Photo Studio.
Yep, it will. We applied for that a few months ago and just heard about that a couple weeks ago that we got that. And then Laura Kelly made the announcement of the statewide program and all the counties that got money. Our grant is for Gray Photo Studio, and they gave us $50,000, and that wasn't going to be possible unless we got a matching amount of $50,000 as well, which we did from SJN Bank in St. John, and they have been really supportive of us, and we'll be doing a loan from them, which will match with the $50,000, and so we'll be able to complete the building, and so we hope to start construction March, April time period.
What has been done and what still needs to be done at the Gray Studio?
Yeah, so they got a historical grant previously about 2 years ago, and that completed some foundation issues, and then they also did a lot of the outside work, painting, windows. They did a bathroom. I think there's the working bathroom on the ground floor is the first time there's been a working bathroom there in like nearly 100 years. And so, so that's completed as well. And so, we're going to be completing the main area in the middle, the front, and then also there's an apartment that has stairs that goes upstairs in the back side of the building. And so we'll have an apartment in there, and then there'll be on the south side, there's a little piece that will be a museum for some of the W.R. Gray kind of historical pieces. And then the main bigger area will be for like an art center, studio, classes, kind of an event space. So there's going to be a lot of things happening in that space, hopefully soon.
Okay, so give us the location there of the Gray Studio, where they're in downtown St. John.
Yeah. So it is south of Equity Bank, right off the square, about a block.
Okay.
So, it's near the square. So it is a nationally registered historical site, and so it's on the registry. And so we hope that when it's finished, we can attract a lot of people to come check it out and participate in some of the things that are going on there.
Yeah, let's talk about how do you want to utilize this this new area.
Yeah, so it will be, Carol Long and the Gray Studio board. They have a really great vision to have resident artists come in, operate classes. They'll rent it out as an event space as well, and then the apartment they'll use it as kind of an Airbnb as well sometimes.
Really, that's cool.
And I think people really like that because it's a building over 100 years old, and so it's kind of got this weird historical nostalgic feel to it, and so we'll probably have people pass through that want to stay there and kind of get the feel of the place and that sort of thing. So it'll be a cool place for people to come and check out.
We just need to come up with a Ghost of Gray Studio, so
yeah, well, that would be interesting. They did find 30,000 glass wet plate glass negatives in the space when it was originally kind of everything was moved out of it from W.R. Gray, the original photographer there. And so maybe we could come up with a story of one of the people in those photographs saying that they're like the ghost of the studio. So maybe.
What have people perused all those glass photos or
they have made some pictures of them.
Okay.
I'm hoping that in the future we could maybe get some and produce some high quality prints to hang up in there, and also maybe have high quality prints for sale possibly. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head as a possibility. But people can check out some of those. They're being housed at the Stafford County Museum.
That's great. How's it make you feel as you see this long project? Now you can see the finish line a little bit with it.
Yeah, I was really excited to see it when I first came on in May. I'd asked about it, and we had actually helped them with our organization had helped them with an original historic grant, and that hadn't been closed out. And so I was like, well, we need to help them close that grant out, and then see what else we can do for them. And after talking with Carol and hearing her vision and kind of talking to the board, I was like, man, I really like this project, and I would like to take it on from EcoDevo to do some work with it. And they were happy to work with us as a fiscal and also an administrative partner to help get the building finished. So,
congratulations. That's great news.
yeah, thanks.
Ryan Russell in with us today. Focus on Stafford County. We'll have more of the show after this.
Cornwell Beef in St. John is a fourth-generation family farm offering true farm-to-table and top quality. Providing top-quality beef from hamburger, hot dogs, roast, top sirloin, brisket, KC strips, ribeyes, filet mignon, and more. Cornwell Beef only processes top-quality steaks, which have nice marbling and juicy flavor. These steaks would be considered U.S. Prime and the top tier of U.S. choice beef. Ask about free delivery in Stafford, Barton, and Douglas counties. Cornwell Beef, St. John.
The St. John Jubilee Committee reminds you to always shop local first. It's time to mark your calendar for the 2024 St. John Jubilee, Memorial Day weekend, May 24th and 25th in downtown St. John. Small town values and old-time traditions. The St. John Jubilee Committee looks forward to a full year of fun events around the square. Find out more on Facebook at Around the Square, St. John, Kansas.
SJN Bank of Kansas knows the value of rural Kansas and is committed to all of the communities they serve, personal to business banking and more. They offer mobile banking options too. Download their app at SJN Bank of Kansas and find them online at sjnbank.com. Serving you since 1905 and with 6 locations. SJN Bank of Kansas in St. John, Maxville, Hudson, Burdett, Greensburg, and La Crosse. Member FDIC.
Ryan Russell in with us in studio today on Focus on Stafford County. Progress doesn't come overnight. It's like Gray's studio. It comes in small increments, and another project that, we're seeing progress on is the Stafford County Port Authority. What's the latest news on that, Ryan?
Yeah, so Carolyn Dunn has been working really hard on getting these pieces put together. It's not a very easy project to get going. You have lots of moving pieces with that, with trying to secure funding and also get the partners on board. She now has got a port operator. So Adams Industries is the port operator. And what they'll be doing is they'll be helping get the business to the port. So that will take a lot of pressure off of the Port Authority's board and off of Carolyn as well. So they'll be responsible for getting the business going on their side. And then they just recently started to promote hiring 6 truck drivers that will be placed in St. John. And that will be kind of getting their logistics starting. They're going to be looking for different business and that sort of thing. Carolyn and I just had lunch with them this week with the guy that's in charge of the logistics and also the guy that's in charge of their partnerships, business development. And, went away from that feeling really good about kind of where they're at. And they'd not really been to the area before, and so they were there checking things out. So,
what infrastructure is there and what's still in store in the vision?
They are planning to do a manifest track. So part of that is, where the train brings in cars and sets them there and
right. Okay.
disconnects, and then it connects to other cars. So you're going to do that, and then as well as a loop train track where there will be infrastructure beside it inside the loop for different types of business that will happen. Hopefully, grain, fertilizer, just different things. And we're one of the things I'm excited about from the economic development side is that we'll be having companies come that want to set up their manufacturing to use a train, or even the logistics hub that we'll have there. And we potentially will have like a diesel mechanic shop, which we don't have in the county. And then we'll have, just a number of things, warehousing. I'm hoping that these are just, my aspirational desires.
But so what comes first? Is it the track or the business, or the business and the track?
Well, I think that what they're going to be doing is doing the manifest track first,
Okay.
which will allow there to be some business happen before the loop track gets done.
Okay.
And so by the way, I'm not on the port board, and I don't make any of those decisions at all.
Okay.
But we do talk about some of that stuff in the office a little bit, just so that we can do a press release and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Thanks for that update. The Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge coming up on February 7th. You have kids signed up and getting ready for this event.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 different businesses that are registered with the event. So these are students. We'd hope in the future to have students from every school in Stafford County, but right now the primary group is from St. John. So we have 5 students from St. John that are participating, and that'll be on February 7th. They'll do their in-person presentations in front of judges, and before that they have to submit their executive summary for their business, and then the winners of that competition, so 3 out of the 5 are going to be winners, so there's going to be first, second, third, and the first place winner gets $750, the second place gets $500, and the third place gets $200, and the top winner will get to go to Manhattan to do the statewide competition in Manhattan. I believe it's in March or April that will happen. So I'm excited about that. I'd like to see more entrepreneurship education happen in the county, and I'm working toward that, and hopefully we'll be able to meet with the administrations of the schools to see what we can do.
Okay. Commercial kitchen launch was a success. Tell me about that, and what's the next step now?
Yeah, so last Thursday we had the official launch of it, and we had about 30 people in attendance, maybe more because there were kids as well.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. I spoke about kind of what the commercial kitchen will do, and we'll be having it on a rental basis. People will have to apply if they have a business license for food development. They'll be able to use the space. We may let nonprofits also use it as like a prep space for different things that they're doing as well. But the main purpose is for them to develop products to be able to be sold on a wider market. And we'll also have some education in the space as well. We're partnered with 4-H Extension Office, and they've been really great to work with in terms of coming up with programming ideas. Next month we'll have a class on bread. The following month we'll have a food preservation class. It's kind of an intensive 4-day kind of class. And so we're going to be doing some other things. Maybe I'll have somebody talking about beekeeping and honey. There's a lot of different things we've been discussing as possible programming that we'll be doing.
Yeah, pretty good partner to be with 4-H Extension.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give us the latest update on childcare in Stafford County.
Yeah. So we are about to open this again, the second space that we have in St. John. We had a child care provider leave. There's another one. She's in the process of getting her license to open that again. Hopefully she'll open that soon. And then we were able to get a commitment to get a lot in Maxville, downtown Maxville, to be able to build a facility there for child care. And then in Stafford, they also got a HEAL grant to renovate one of their buildings downtown, and their ground floor will be used for child care as well. And we're hoping to get submit something to get money for both properties. to finish the building in Stafford and then also build something in Maxville. And so that process will take a little bit of time, obviously, because you have to get all the pieces together to do that.
Sure.
But we hope to have childcare facilities in both cities, hopefully in the next year. So,
what building in Stafford are they renovating?
It's right in the downtown area.
Okay.
It's like it's across. I think they don't call it the Mercantile anymore. It's the bin store, I guess.
Okay.
It's like across the street from that, right in the middle of the block there.
Okay.
There's a really old, cool building there that's 2 floors. They're going to renovate the second floor to have a couple apartments up there. And then the bottom floor will be the childcare.
How important it is, I'm just throw this easy question out, I guess, but what's it mean for a community to have, and their survivability, I guess, to have quality daycare available?
Yeah. Well, based on our economy, it's very hard for single salary families to kind of survive nowadays. And so with both people working in the household and not having childcare, it's very difficult for them to manage that. We have teachers that have kids, and if they don't have childcare, they don't have anywhere to, especially if they don't have family living in the community.
Yep.
It's very difficult. And then people that have other jobs as well, it's difficult for them to figure that out. And so we've had a lack of childcare in the county for quite some time, and people scrambling trying to figure out how to do that. And so we're trying to figure that out. So.
Okay, we're going to take one more break. We'll have our final segment to focus on Stafford County right after that.
SJN Bank of Kansas knows the value of rural Kansas and is committed to all of the communities they serve, personal to business banking and more. They offer mobile banking options too. Download their app at SJN Bank of Kansas and find them online at sjnbank.com. Serving you since 1905 and with 6 locations. SJN Bank of Kansas in St. John, Maxville, Hudson, Burdett, Greensburg, and La Crosse. Member FDIC.
The St. John Jubilee Committee reminds you to always shop local first. It's time to mark your calendar for the 2024 St. John Jubilee, Memorial Day weekend, May 24th and 25th in downtown St. John. Small town values and old-time traditions. The St. John Jubilee Committee looks forward to a full year of fun events around the square. Find out more on Facebook at Around the Square, St. John, Kansas.
Focus on Stafford County. Ryan Russell with us here today. Okay, just another thing in the works right now. Tell me the latest on the community fair building.
Yeah, so we are partnered with the community or with the fair board to help them we're a fiscal sponsor, so we were the pass-through for the funding, and then we also in that role we pay the contractors as well on their behalf. And so they've raised around $130,000 so far.
Wow.
Which is really great. And plus they have some of the funds the county has provided generously to them. And they've completed everything on the outside. So the foundation's all done, the building on the outside is all done. And now they're about to start building the inside of the building and outfit it. So I think they have about $120,000 left to raise. And so we might be getting some creative ways of fundraising soon because they've been hitting, different types of events and that sort of thing to raise some of those funds. Okay,
finally, latest update on housing. Looks like you've got to start building the first 2 houses coming up anyway in next month.
Yeah, so we've finalized the bidding process. I'm happy to say that like 99, almost 95% of the house will be used local contractors to do that. And that was really important for us when we got started,
Sure.
is to focus on keeping money as much as possible in the county. And so I hosted a contractor meeting at our office and had our partner Housing Opportunities Incorporated here in Gray Bend. Mm-hmm. They're our general contractor. And so we kind of put those together and then did the bidding process and our contractors, most of them in the county, a lot of them put bids in, and most of the house will go there. And then we'll have 7 more houses that will bid soon as well. But yeah, we'll start those 2 houses, one in St. John, one in Stafford, here in about a few weeks. So
Okay, then you get
mid-February.
7 more planned.
Yeah, so we have 9 in total. The way we did it, we have the first 2 are one design, and then the other 7 are the same design. And so there will be variations, maybe a garage or a basement or whatever. And we're planning to sell those.
Yeah, and those are going to be nice living spaces.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be nice.
So much going on down there.
I do have one more thing to say. I get questions all the time about, are these houses going to look like the last houses and that sort of thing. Most people have never been inside those houses that we built.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice. They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath, vaulted ceiling. They're beautiful houses on the inside. I think people, think it looks like a shed based on the siding.
Uh-huh.
That's all they are basing it off of, is the way the siding looks. And so I want to encourage people to look at the house for what it is. And what we're building next will look differently than those houses. But yeah, we'll be have an open house. They can come look at it.
Perfect, and those will be for sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Now you got enough stuff going on, so
Yep.
So we'll look forward to getting an update next month.
Yep.
More progress.
Yep.
Keep up the good work. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it.
Ryan Russell with us here. It's Focus on Stafford County. We talk Stafford County, what's going on to our neighbors on the south. Once a month here on KVGB. A lot of great sponsors, too, helping us bring this show to you each week, including the City of St. John Jubilee Committee, Sun Bank, or SJN Bank of St. John, Cornwall Farms. Yeah, just a few. News coming up next on KVGB.